Welcome to the Tray Station. Hello, everybody. I am doing a teacher appreciation extravaganza because teachers need to be appreciated. This is tough times right now. Hello. Make sure you drop a hi. Hi, Molly. Hi, Walker, if you're there. So a lot of stuff has been going on, and I just want to say thank you to all my teacher people. It has been tough. So I decided to make this a teacher appreciation night. Thank you. I agree. It's tough stuff. I feel bad for parents too, don't get me wrong. Oh, it's a crazy time, but you know, I appreciate the love, which is why I'm giving some to the teachers. So make sure you drop a hi so I know you're there. Otherwise, I don't automatically see you, especially if I'm reading. So I am doing Hooray for Diffendoofer Day, which is amazing. And actually, there's a really cool story that goes along with it. And then there is Miss Brooks loves books, and I don't. I hear it all the time. Miss B, I don't like reading. I love reading. But anyway, they'll learn to love it. What are you going to do? So I'm going to start with Mrs. Brooks loves books, and I don't, just because it's a little shorter. So this is by Barbara Botner, and it's illustrated by Michael Emberley. This is a really cute story. She's a librarian. Okay, so Mrs. Brooks loves books, and I don't. Thank you, Anne. All right, and welcome to the Tray Station. Oh, goodness. This is such a great story. Okay. Mrs. Brooks is our librarian. She loves books a lot. And there's Mrs. Brooks loving her books. She loves the Runaway Bunny and Babar and Where the Wild Things Are and the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Hi, Ellen. Thank you. I asked Miss Brooks why she dresses up for reading circle. I want you to get as excited about books as I am, she says. I think Miss Brooks got a little too excited, and I bet her costumes itch. Who does that remind you of? It's funny. My students say that I get excited. I relate with Mrs. Brooks. Miss Brooks, sorry. We're both a miss. Halloween means we each have to find a poem to share, but all the books with witches, ghosts, and goblins are checked out. And I hate pumpkins. So I make up a Halloween poem of my own. Eek, a freak. The class looks at me funny. Miss Brooks says, well, it's a start. All year long, Miss Brooks reads us books. Books about dragons, about pilgrims and presidents, books about love and leprechauns, groundhogs even. It's vexing. Let's see the pictures. Look at her costumes. She's extravagant. Then, in May, Miss Brooks tells us something truly terrifying. Book week! You each need to pick a favorite story to share with the class. I want you to wear a costume and tell us all about it. Really show us why you love it, she says. Hey, Lorenzo. I'll never love a book the way you do, I tell Miss Brooks. Don't be so sure, she says. When I get home, I ask my mother if we can move to a new town. My mother says there's a librarian in every town. I ask if she wants to do my assignment for me. I've already been in the first grade, says my mother. Every single day of book week, kids share stories about trains and fairies and cowboys and dogs. Isn't that funny? Little kids, how cute they are. When Miss Brooks asks what I think, I say, too flowery, too furry, too clickety, too yippity. So Miss Brooks fills my bag with more books for me to read with my mom. But I don't like any of them. They're too kissy, too pink. They're too silly, I tell my mother. You are as stubborn as a wart, she says. Warts? Hi, Gina. I want to read a story with warts, I shout. Warts! My mother finds a book called Shrek. Shrek has hairs on his nose. Excuse me. And he snorts. I love that. Can you read it again, I ask? Snort, snort. Snort. I love this book. I have to practice the words over and over, but my mother helps. Then we make an ogre costume. I make stick-on warts for the whole class. Hi, Lizette. When I get to school the next day, I ask Miss Brooks to lend me a hand. When I say the word snort, the whole class snorts. I explain why a stubborn, smelly, snorty ogre searching for a revolting bride makes me laugh. Miss Brooks says she's glad I found a book to love. She says that even ogres, like me, can find something funny and fantastic and appalling in the library. And that is the slimy truth. Isn't the story so cute? Oh, encouraging kids to read. I mean, does it get better than that? I don't think so. And that's the end of that story. Miss Brooks. She reminds me of my old Spanish teacher in high school, Miss Lucy. She used to get on a chair and say, levantare, because she was showing us it means up. Oh, she was amazing. You can never be too much in a classroom, I don't think. I'm a lot as well, so, okay. And then this book, oh my God, this is so great. So I called the Lawrence Library and I asked them to just put together some books for me. And she put this in the pile. And it's Hooray for Diffendoofer Day. And the reason why, oh, this story is so great. Can you read in Spanish? I could, but I wouldn't want to do it live. I'd want to get ready first. But that is something to think about. So this story is really great because Dr. Seuss had this story on his shelf, right? So I'm sure you guys heard of, oh, the Places You'll Go. It's a huge graduation gift for kids that parents and friends and teachers will get for the kids. And he wanted to like dedicate a book to a teacher, I guess. So he started a book about a teacher called Miss Bonkers. And he came up with, oh, the Places You'll Go. But his assistant or someone that worked with him said that he had shelved a book. And it had all his drafts and his illustrations. And so two people, Jake Proletsky and Lane Smith, were called to take the draft and finish it. Oh my God. So they came up with Hooray for Diffendoofer Day. And it has a lot of Dr. Seuss's, input into the story that he originally wrote, but they finished it. It wasn't complete. But I just love that they did it. It's so amazing. Sorry, my cats are going nuts. Okay, Dr. Seuss, Hooray for Diffendoofer Day. I love Dr. Seuss, which is why I'm supposed to be Dr. Seuss in case you didn't get it. Well, I'm not supposed to be Dr. Seuss. No, I'm supposed to be Cat in the Hat. That is fascinating. You should share spreads about the book every time. I know, right? This has like a whole section in the back, and I was like, oh my God, that's so amazing. Okay, and it rhymes, that's why I love Dr. Seuss books. All right. I've always lived in Dinkerville. My friends all live here too. We go to Diffendoofer school. We're happy that we do. Our school is at the corner of Dink Zuber and Dink Zot. It looks like any other school, but we suspect it's not. I think we're learning lots of things not taught at other schools. Other teachers are remarkable. They make up their own rules. That's like me. I relate to both of these stories. I'm just saying. Miss Bobble teaches listening. Miss Wobble teaches smelling. Miss Fribble teaches laughing. And Miss Quibble teaches yelling. Miss Twining teaches tying knots in neckerchiefs and noodles and how to tell chrysanthemums from miniature poodles. Miss Vining teaches all the ways a pigeon may be peppered and how to put a saddle on a lizard or a leopard. Oh my God. God, is that funny? Look at all the teachers. Aren't they funny? Aren't they funny? My teacher is Miss Bonkers. We'll just call her Miss B. My teacher's is Miss Bonkers. She's as bouncy as a flea. I'm not certain what she teaches, but I'm glad she teaches me. Look, look, she chirps, I'll show you how to tell a cactus from a cow. And then I shall instruct you why a hippo cannot hope to fly. Look at Miss Bonkers. Isn't she funny? Oh my God, is that funny? She even teaches frogs to dance and pigs to put on underpants. One day she taught a duck to sing. Miss Bonkers teaches everything. Of all the teachers in our school, I like Miss Bonkers best. Our teachers are all different, but she's differenter than the rest. Oh. I know, right? The cat in the wig. Oh, the cat in the wig. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Yanita. Thanks for joining, girl. We also have a principal. His name is Mr. Lowe. He is the very saddest man that any of us know. He mumbles, are they learning this and that and such and such? His face is wrinkled as a prune from worrying so much. He breaks a lot of pencil points from pushing down too hard, and many dogs start barking as he mopes around the yard. We think he wears false eyebrows. In fact, we're sure it's so. We've heard he takes them off at night. I guess we'll never know. False eyebrows. Look at him at night. When I first read this, I laughed. I know. Don't you love differenter than the rest? That's like, what a loser. I'm like, this is dedicated to me. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, false eyebrows. That's hysterical. Oh my God. But we know he likes Miss Bonkers. He treats her like a queen. He's always there to watch her when she's on her trampoline. Oh my God. I wonder if when he laughed, right? When Dr. Seuss, when he was writing, did he laugh? Like, did he laugh all the time? He must have. I don't know how he didn't. Oh, God, is he funny. There are many other people who make Diffendoofer run. They are utterly amazing. I love every single one. Our nurse, Miss Clot, knows what to do when we've got sniffles or the flu. One day I had a splinter so she bandaged me from head to toe. Miss Plunger, our custodian, has fashioned a machine, a super zuper flooper do. He keeps the whole school clean. Oh. Isn't that amazing? Oh my God, I just love it. Our music teacher, Mrs. Fox, makes bagpipes out of straws and socks. Our art instructor, Mr. Bees, paints pictures hanging by his knees. Mr. Bees. In science class with Mr. Katz, we learn to build robotic bats. In gym, we watch as Mr. Bear hoists elephants into the air. Miss Loon is our librarian. She hides behind the shelves and often cries out louder when we're reading to ourselves. Oh my God. I applied to be a librarian somewhere, and all my friends made fun of me. They're like, yeah, you'd be the great librarian, Loudmouth McGee. I know. What are you going to do? We have 3 cooks all named McMunch who merrily prepare our lunch. They make us hot dogs, beans, and fries, plus things we do not recognize. And as they cook, they sing their song. Not too short and not too long. He's the bee's knees. Whew. Roast and toast and slice and dice. Cooking lunch is oh so nice. Aren't they funny? You can't be a librarian. I would be the best librarian, and there would be a party in the library. Everybody would want to read. We were eating their concoctions, telling jokes and making noise, when Mr. Lowe appeared and howled, "Attention, girls and boys!" He began to fuss and fidget, scratch and mutter, sneeze and cough. He shook his head so hard we thought his eyebrows would come off. He wrung his hands, he cleared his throat, he shed a single tear, then sobbed, "I've something to announce, and that is why I'm here." I know, right? All schools for miles and miles around must make a special must take a special test to see who's learning such and such, to see which school's the best. If our small school does not do well, then it will be torn down, and you will have to go to school in dreary Flobbertown. Hi, Deshawn. That's my nephew, Deshawn. How cool is that? Flobbertown is dreary and boring. "Not Flobbertown," we shouted, and we shuddered at the name, for everyone in Flobbertown does everything the same. It's miserable in Flobbertown. They dress in just one style. They sing one song, they never dance, they march in single file. They do not have a playground, and they do not have a park. Their lunches have no taste at all. Their dogs are scared to bark. Oh. And I know this is really small, but all the students look the same. Isn't that awful? Ah, I would hate that. I barely like uniforms. Miss Bonkers rose. "Don't fret," she said. "You've learned the things you need. To pass that test and many more, I'm certain you'll succeed. We've taught you that the earth is round, that red and white make pink, and something else that matters more, we've taught you how to think." Hi, Skyla. "I hope you're right," sighed Miss Lowe. He shed another tear. "The test is in 10 minutes, and you're taking it right here." Oh. Look at Miss Bonkers. She is so confident. I say high five. I just love her. She has a lot of teeth. We sat in shock and disbelief. "Oh, no," we moaned. "Oh, no." We were even more unhappy than unhappy Mr. Lowe. But then the test was handed out. "Yahoo!" we yelled, "Yahoo!" For it was filled with all the things that we all knew we knew. There were questions about noodles, about poodles, frogs, and yelling, about listening and laughing, and chrysanthemums and smelling. There were questions about other things we'd never seen or heard, and yet we somehow answered them, enjoying every word. Ah, that is the best. It's so great, guys, don't you think so? When you listen to your teacher and then you understand what's going on and you do well. Oh, just as much as you like it, we like it too. 1 week later, after recess, Mr. Lowe meandered in. We'd never seen him smile before, but now he wore a grin. He soon began to giggle, then his giggle grew by half, and then it really happened. Mr. Lowe began to laugh. "You've saved our school! You've saved our school!" he jubilantly roared. "We've got the very highest score!" And he wrote it on the board. Look at Mr. Lowe. Isn't he funny? That's funny. Miss Bonkers did some cartwheels till her face turned cherry red. She bounded up to Mr. Lowe and kissed him on the head. "Hooray, hooray," she shouted. "I'm so proud I cannot speak." So she did another cartwheel and she pecked him on the cheek. "Ahem, ahem," coughed Mr. Lowe. "You all deserve a bow. I thus declare a holiday. It starts exactly now. Because you've done so splendidly in every sort of way, this day forever shall be known as Diffendoofer Day. And furthermore, I promise I won't ever wear a frown. For now I know we'll never go to dreary Flobbertown." Then we held a celebration. There was pizza, milk, and cake. Like everyone, I ate too much and got a belly ache. We laughed and whooped and hollered the entire school day long. Then we all sang triumphantly the Diffendoofer song. We love you, Diffendoofer school, we definitely do. There surely is no other school that's anything like you. You're gribbleless, you're grobbeless, each day we love you more. You are the school we treasure and unceasingly adore. Our finest school in Dinkerville, the only one as well. We love you, Diffendoofer school, much more than we can tell. You are so Diffendooferous, it gives us joy to say, 3 cheers for Diffendoofer school. Hooray, hooray, hooray! Isn't that adorbs? I love this book. And then they have the whole story of how, and it's very long, but basically it just says that Dr. Seuss, or as everyone called him, Ted, I didn't know that, his name is Theodore Seuss Geisel. And he usually didn't talk about what he was working on. But yeah, he wanted to write a book about a teacher, and he chose Miss Bonkers, but it ended up being Oh, the Places You'll Go. And I just love so much that this book was found, because his editor or whoever would help him with his books, he goes, whatever happened to Miss Bonkers? And the assistant told him, she's like, he shelved that. And then they got Jack and Lane, and they finished it up. I think it's great. Yay! I mean, no, not yay. Hooray for Diffendoofer Day. And my favorite part of the book is you're differenter than the rest. I loved it. I think I shed a tear. Kind of a cannoli. I know. What are you going to do? Anyway, so that's why I decided to read these 2 stories, because it is so hard to get kids excited, never mind in class, but on the computer. You should see the things I've come up with. It's a little crazy, but it's working. I know, isn't it so great, Mom? I love it so much. Hooray for Diffendoofer Day. And, you know, I find that with rhyming, kids are more apt to not only listen, but try it themselves, because it's fun and it's fast. And they're like, how do you do it so fast? It's like a trick. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. This is, I think, the most people I've had. So thank you all for coming. I'm not sure who all the 7 are. I know I saw Ellen, Deshawn, Molly, Walker, Lizette, Gina. I think I saw Paul, Ann, Skyla. Am I forgetting anybody? Lorenzo. Thank you guys all for coming. I really appreciate you coming. And if you like it, like and share, like and share. Your sister Carmen. Hi, Carmen. Welcome to the Tray Station every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. I'm not sure what's going on next week. You welcome. Oh, Janita. Sorry, Janita. Yep. I, again, would make a fantastic librarian. The principal would be like, are kids missing from class? Why is everyone in the library? I would have reading parties. Oh my God. I would love to be a librarian. I would love to be a librarian. I'd be like that teacher. I'd be like, hey guys, talk to me. What's going on? I'd be disrupting the students. I know I would. But I still applied, which I think is really funny. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Did I say Deshawn? Yeah, I did. Thank you so much for coming out to the Tray Station. You'd make a fantastic librarian. Like I would make a fantastic nun. Yeah. Are you doing online classes? Yes, I am. Thank you, Janita. Yes, Liz, I am. I'm teaching online. I'm teaching from home. So it's been trying. Thanks, Molly. Thank you for coming. Great read. Thank you for that. I'm so glad you guys liked it. Yeah, so I am teaching from home, and I'm also tutoring. So I'm tutoring different high school kids and different just kids in the area that are having a hard time online, because it's difficult. You know, you're using a different part of the brain and getting headaches, and, you know, it's really hard. And then to be online all day, it's not, you know, no one really understands. It's a different part of the brain you're using than like playing video games, which is like a big thing that people are talking about, you know, sitting online trying to learn. I mean, I don't teach math, I teach English, but trying to learn is it's really hard, you know, because I don't like sitting in meetings. So, and a lot of teachers, you know, it's difficult depending on how many kids you have. So it's important that you're quiet so you can understand. And it's a lot. It's a lot on them. It's a lot on us. But, you know, they have been great. As we say in my school, mashallah, I'm so happy that they like to come. And, you know, they always tell me that, you know, our classes are short. They're like 40 minutes. But I have a couple of classes that are double. So, you know, it's a point of trying to make it fun and make it interesting for them. So I've been reading stories to my 5th grade. They love stories. I'll read them a story. I'm like, did you guys like that? They were like, we love, and kids love getting read to, I feel. So read at home, you know, push it out. It's great. I love reading. I think reading is so much fun. And I love a good story. There are so many good stories. I'm trying to get this story that was recommended by my friend Carrie. And it's called The Old Man Who Loves Cheese, or Loved Cheese, one of them. It is so funny. And I'm trying to get that. Her kids love that, who I've been like nannying since the oldest was 2 months. It's crazy, but they love that book. So I have that supposedly being delivered to Lawrence. So we'll see. But anyway, so I'll try to do that for next Wednesday. If not, I can do, I love listening to stories too, not just forget. I know, right? I like listening to stories too. I do. I'll sometimes go online and just look at different storytellers and see what books, you know, they're available. And if you guys have a certain book that you want, you know, read, please let me know, because there's a lot of old books that, you know, we read as kids that were phenomenal. So any tips on how to get a toddler to sit still while you read to them? Just put them on your lap, girl. I read to my nieces and nephews a lot. And if you're like super energetic and almost louder than them, you know what I mean? Then they kind of back off and they'll stop and listen and go, what is she doing? You know, and think that you're nuts. But either way, they're listening, so who cares? That's my trick. I'm always like louder than life with my nieces and nephews, so they medication. I'm always louder than life with them, so then they, you know, want to hear, because it's important that they, like my niece loves books. She's 3. She loves books. Yes, the lab, especially before. I know. And you know what? It's so great once they start, because it's funny. I used to babysit this little boy when I was younger, and well, because it's distracting. So he's little, you know, he's just a little guy. So that's normal. But he did notice, which is good. So later you can play it, that's why I post it. So then you can, you know, watch it after. I know my nieces and nephews watch after too. It's kind of like, you know, how old is a kid to take to the movies that they can sit still. Yeah. So sitting on the lap is the best. Hold them on the lap, hold the book in front of them, and just be crazy. You know what a great book to start is? The Wonky Donkey. Oh my God, the Wonky Donkey is hysterical. You can Google it. And there's a lady on YouTube. She's so funny. She's the reason that I read that one out loud. Actually, Anne got me that book. Thank you, Anne. Anne sent me that book. And so anyway, so on YouTube, the lady is reading to it must be her grandson. And it's so funny because she is laughing hysterical when she's reading it. She's like, and then the wonky dog. It's hysterical. And it's, you know, like rhymey and fun, and you can be crazy with it, you know, and you can hee-haw, like really hee-haw. Yeah, I know, it was really funny. I read that online too, but I didn't laugh like her. But when I read it to my nephew, he loved the way I read it. Because I really went crazy when I read it, but I was alone, so I didn't care about acting like a complete fool. Thank you for posting that. Yeah, it is. It is. So yeah, so if you have any, you know, book that you want me to do, you know, I will totally take suggestions. I'm living at the library now. Well, not really. I call in and I tell them what books I want, and then I just do a quick pickup. Huh. Who knew that I would like to do that? I don't even have to get out of the car. She comes over and she's like, here's your books. I'm like, thanks a lot. And then I go. It's good stuff. I have it bookmarked. I have no... Wow. Oh my God, you're funny. Yeah, that's a great story, The Wonky Donkey, and it's not too long. You know, that's the trick too. You want to get a story that's not too long, that because kids get bored. You know what I mean? Like, and they more get a book with a lot of pictures as well, along aside with words. You know, it's a good one also, The Gruffalo. I love The Gruffalo. I always look for books for like, I told the librarian like 5 to 8. But those books like The Gruffalo, The True Story About the Three Little Pigs, I've done most of them that I can think of that I like read to my niece and nephews that I love so much. Like oh my God, my nephew loves books. He loves reading. I got all the Disney books. I know, I love The Gruffalo so much. And The Gruffalo, you know, you can actually show your child online as well because it's done as a movie. I think it's on Prime. There's a part 2 where it's the Gruffalo's son. I saw it as I was flying through online. And that was really interesting, but I've never seen the book for part 2, though I've never looked for it either. I just happened to see The Gruffalo. I'm like, The Gruffalo? What's going on with that? But I love The Gruffalo. I love stories that it shows you that someone can be strong regardless of what other people think. You know what I mean? Or smart, or, you know, just brings joy. I like those type of stories that make you laugh and make you smile. And it was on Netflix. Oh, okay. I didn't know I thought it was Prime. Did you like it? It was cute. Yeah, Room on the Broom. Now there's a book. I think I want to say I had that on my wish list, but I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe I looked on that one after, because she actually did. I think that's the same author that did The Snail on the Whale's Tail. I read that book too. The girl that I used to work with, she's a teacher, Vicky, who lent me all her amazing books. Hi, Bonnie. She lent me all her amazing books. And when I saw the author's name, I was like, oh my God. And then I looked up that author and I found her. And I found Room on the Broom. Hi, Ella. Oh, Ella. It's so good to see you, sweet cakes. Well, I can't see you, but it's so good that you're here. You're going to have to watch my stories replay, but that's okay. They're 2 really cool stories. How old is she again, Bonnie? She 5? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. The rhyming will pull her right in. I love the rhyming. I tried to do it sort of fast, but do you have a link to your wish list? It's on Facebook, but now I'm going to the library, but it's on oh, she's 9. Okay. She was so happy. I know. Isn't it fun to get your name said online? It's on the Tray Station page. It's like an Amazon link. But that was before I discovered the library. I took all these books out for some old students in a different school, and they didn't return them. So I had like a $40 charge, and I didn't even know. So I paid that off, and so now I'm active again in the library, which I love the library because they have a lot of cool stories that I never even heard of. I wanted to do this story for Christmas. It was called I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. I tried so hard to get it on time, and it never even came, still to this day. She's like, you still have that on hold. I'm like, yeah, you could drop it. Christmas is over. But yeah, that seemed like a good one. Or I just like the name of it. But yeah, I'm waiting for The Old Man Who Loves Cheese. I really want to do that one. And there's also another one. I can't remember what it's called. What's that book with the library really charged you a late fee? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it was from years ago. I didn't even know. That's how much I go to the library. You couldn't get out of it because no. No. They were like, well, I mean, that was silly to get all these books for students. I mean, well, what are you going to do? They didn't have the card. They didn't have, whatever. It doesn't matter. But no, I couldn't get out of it, which is no big deal. Whatever. It's $40. I ain't sweating it. I just didn't know. So I had to wait until I could go all the way to Haverhill. Free pass for teachers. Right? My friend Ellen said cat in a wig. Actually, they're pieces. They're pieces. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming to the Tray Station. I love these 2 stories so much. I love both of them. I've never heard of either one of them. And the girl at the library who brought these out, she was so cute. I called and I said, I'm looking for like fun stories to read to like 5 to 8. I do a read aloud and I want it to be like not too long, but I want it to be wordy, but, you know, being able to understand. And I want a lot of pictures to make it like fun and loud and, you know, whatever. And she picked out a couple of really cool stories I was really happy with. So I got a couple books from her. I read one. I didn't read them. So when I got home, there was 2 that were okay, but they weren't like, they didn't really excite me. So I didn't do those ones. But anyway. So anyway, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for coming to the Trace Station. You know what's funny is I've said it so many times that I can't stop like singing it. I don't say, welcome to the Trace Station. I'm like, welcome to the Trace Station. What a clown, literally. Anyway, good night, Lizette. Thank you for coming again. Guys, really, thank you so much for supporting the Trace Station. I appreciate it. And I will see you next Wednesday. I can't remember the name of the fish book. I might do that. I might not, so it doesn't matter anyway. But I'll post in the middle of the week what it's going to be, and you will know that way. And also, if you could comment or let me know, what did you think about the event? Did you like that this was put in an event, or do you remember that it's Wednesday? I feel like I got more people because of an event. I might start just keeping on doing it that way. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, guys, take care. Have a great night. Stay safe. And I will catch you next time on the Trace Station. Like and share. Like and share. Thank you.